Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Diana Cifuentes with Keller Williams Beach Cities, the Deca Group. And today we're going to be talking about the escrow process. Now, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button. We don't want you to miss any information. Now, escrow process. This could be a 30-minute video, but you don't want to watch a 30-minute video, right? I know you don't. I mean, I wouldn't watch it. So we're going to give you the highlights of escrow. Now, depending on the transaction that you're in, escrow could take different amount of times. Some escrows only take 10 days, some 17 days, some, 20, 30, 60, 90 days. It all depends on the transaction that you're in. But on average, they take 30 days. So today we're going to talk about a 30-day escrow. We're going to talk about what needs to be done on the 3rd day, before the 7th day, before the 17th day, before the 21st day, before the 25th day, and before the 29th day, and what happens on the 30th day. Okay? So congratulations, we've opened escrow. What do? I know. You want to make sure also that you have a realtor that you could really count on and is guiding you, because it could already be a very nerve-wracking time for you. So you want to make sure that you're guided properly. So first 3 days, what do? Before the 3 days, the listing agent and the buyer's agent are going to make sure that they open escrow. At this point, the buyer is going to be responsible for making the earnest money deposit. As well, the lender for the buyer is going to actually start processing the loan to get you qualified for the loan. Yes, before escrow, you were only pre-approved. Once you're in escrow is when we actually start seeing if you actually qualify for the loan. Now, the 3 days have happened. What do you do before the 7th day? All these days are from the first day that it opened, okay? So from day 1 to day 7. What do? At this point, within this time, you're going to receive your seller's disclosures. These are really important because the seller is basically telling you everything that has been changed or modified with the property or is wrong with it. You want to make sure that you go through this with your real estate agent so you could understand it. Another thing is you're entitled to get your own homeowner's insurance. Most escrow companies and realtors will do this for you, but you should know you could get your own insurance quote. Most of my buyers, I advise them as this, and they go ahead and get a bundle with their insurance so it could be more convenient for them. Another thing that you have to do within the 7 days is your inspections. Yes, you have inspections that you have to do while you're in escrow that you as a buyer are responsible for. Another thing is your escrow instructions. Escrow instructions are also important because escrow has the right to delay escrow if they do not have this. Now, 7 days have passed. What needs to be done before the 17th day? Now, before the 17th day is over, you want to make sure that you have already negotiated any repairs. Yes, you could negotiate for repairs or closing costs. Now, also, buyers, take into consideration that the sellers are not obligated to do anything of this. You have already submitted as a buyer an offer stating that you want the property as is. Now, just as they're not required to do any repairs or give you closing costs as a buyer, buyers are not obligated also to keep moving forward. This is where you want to make sure that you're ready to keep moving forward with the property or cancel. Because after the 17th day, the seller has the right to keep your earnest money deposit as liquidated damages. Yes. Now, after the 17th day, you've negotiated your repairs, you've done your inspections, you're ready to submit your removal of inspection contingencies. On the 21st day, remember that I said the first 3 days the lender is actually going to start qualifying you. By the 21st day, you want to make sure that you have your loan approval. How do you make sure that this happens? You want to make sure that you're in constant communication with your realtor, with your lender, that any documents that they need from you are turned in on time so that they can make sure that you're qualified by the day 21st. Okay, now it's day 25th. At this point, you have to do your final walkthrough of the property. Yes, the seller is obligated to keep the property in the same condition as you submitted an offer. So if you walk into your final walkthrough and there's a missing door or a cracked window, you are allowed to reopen for negotiations with the seller. Okay, so you do your final walkthrough, you okay everything, you move forward. Now is day 29. What happens then? By this time, you have already done your loan signing. The escrow officer has already sent you your final numbers. Day 29, we're going to fund the transaction. This is where the lender and the escrow officer are going to fund the transaction and disperse the money wherever it needs to go, whether to the agent, to the bank, closing costs, whatever happened during your transaction is where it gets done on day 29th for funding. Now, day 30th is where the deed gets recorded. Now, the deed is under your name. Once the deed is recorded, the real estate agent has the right to give you your keys. So, day 30th is when the property is actually yours. Congratulations! Yay! So, guys, that's a 30-day escrow process. If there's anything that you did not understand, please let me know. We will love to answer. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.